morning, everyone. It's early. Actually, I've been out here probably 3 times since I woke up. I've been up since dark. It is getting to be light here, I don't know, around 7:30 in the morning now. Looking forward to daylight savings. It'll help me for a little while. My girls still have to go out early, and they're used to getting out early. So even when it's still dark out, they're in here. I can hear them bugging for me to let them out. What am I doing today? I picked up feed yesterday for the weekend. I had to get out there. Living in Niagara, we've had some severe weather. We had extreme thunderstorms yesterday. We had 90 to 100 kilometer-an-hour winds last night. We had risk of tornado last night. Thank goodness nothing seems damaged here. Again, if you've watched me earlier this summer, I have a big oak tree that I'm always got my eye on that I'm worried is going to have a large branch fall off. They're hungry. So, what can I say? I'm a huge advocate for backyard chicken keepers. I am an urban chicken keeper. We are allowed chickens in this particular city with the ordinances, as long as you follow all the rules. And it has been a real blessing. I can come out here every day and get fresh eggs that cover us for breakfast or whatever I'm baking or cooking that day. It's fantastic. But the best part about these chickens is just how it brightens your day. These gals are just the sweetest, funniest, most charismatic birds you've ever seen. They've all got different personalities. They've got relationships. They've got relationship with you. They come to me to get pet like dogs. They run to the door when they see me coming. And they follow me when I leave. So I'm a huge advocate for it. That being said, you've got to make sure that they're protected. That's number one. I talk to my chicken friends all the time. I talk to my chicken friends all the time. Just for advice and stuff like that. People that I've met along the way. People that I've actually gotten babies from or had to ask questions to. My girls are already starting to lay. One's in a box right now. Hello! Laying an egg up there. So I'm asking them questions all the time, and we exchange stories, and you hear the craziest stuff, right? A lot of these people, obviously, they have farms. They're not urban chicken keepers. It's raining again. It's going to rain all day again here. They're not urban chicken keepers like I am. They live on farms, and they produce chickens, and they produce hatching eggs, and they produce eggs, right? Among other things. They have other animals too. But one of my friends said that he set up one of his coworkers. He also works somewhere else. Set up one of his coworkers with a backyard chicken situation, right? So she built a nice little coop, and he gave her 5 laying birds that he had raised from chicks, ready for her. She has kids. She works from home. It was an ideal situation. So she got the chickens, and no sooner did that happen, she wasn't making sure that they were going into the coop at night. And like, that is essential, guys. If you're taking responsibility for these little gals, or whatever animal, you have to make sure they're safe. You got to make sure they get in the coop at night, or the predators are going to come. There are predators everywhere, and you may not feel like you have predators in an urban setting, but we probably have more incidences of predatorship than they do out on the farms that I'm hearing. We've got skunks and opossums and squirrels and rats and mice and all kinds of things, hawks, and I see peregrine falcons here. They have a peregrine falcon breeding program. Well, they did at Broad City here in Niagara. And I actually see them repopulating the wild, and that's amazing. But I just see them in my neighborhood. Like, as we go for a walk with the baby, I can see the peregrines. I actually see that something tried to get through my wire on the roof of my thing. I've seen squirrels trying to pop the staples off my hardware cloth. So keeping your birds safe, number one. So what had happened was she was letting them at free range here and there. These two. Letting them free range here and there, and wasn't making sure they were getting in the coop. So one by one, they all went missing until they only had one left. And then she just let it go into the wild because the kids were so upset they were losing the birds. I don't understand this. So when he finds this out, he's super mad because he raised those babies from chicks and they were 5 good laying chickens already laying. He would have taken them back kindly, happily. That's fine. If it's not for you, that's fine. So he just couldn't understand why she couldn't put the effort in to make sure that they were in the coop at night. So guys, if you're going to take on chickens, this is not all glitter and rainbows. This is work. Like, I'm up at 6 a.m. I'm up before everybody. I already was anyway, but so this works out in my kind of schedule. But other people, you got to get up like when the sun comes up. They're ready to get out. You need to make sure they have a safe coop. You need to make sure they have a safe area if you're putting them out to run. You need to make sure they have ventilation in their coop. They've got to be able to breathe. And I know you're maybe worried if you're living in a winter situation like we are in Canada that you don't want them to get cold and freeze. And yeah, you don't, but they have to have ventilation. These guys poop. I mean, that's the other thing. There is poop. Look at my run right now. It's rained for 2 days. I have some amaranth for them to eat. They like that. So this is just muck now. And I've got to come out here in the rain, in my boots, and I've got to start mucking this out because they can get very unhealthy and very quickly if they're, eating poop and drinking the water and walking around in it. So it's animal husbandry. To me, it's an art form that we've kind of lost as, suburban people and people in general. We have lost the knowledge and know-how and desire to do this. Again, it's not for the faint of heart. So if you only want to get 1 or 2 chickens, that's a lot less work. If you have more chickens, it's a lot more work. It's, it's poop. It's cleanup. It's going and buying feed at the store and straw and bedding when it's torrential downpour and hauling that stuff. These bags are heavy. They are deceivingly heavy. Look at that. It just looks like a dog food bag. It's with the layer pellets in it. It weighs a gajillion pounds. So if you're not able to haul things and you're not willing to get dirty, don't get chickens. Don't do it. Get quail or something like that. Something that's little and easier to care for. So that's all I'm just trying to tell y'all. Like, it's amazing the benefits that you get from these gals. I love them. They're so much fun to watch. It's a huge educational process for my daughter, my toddler. She's learning a lot, I think, and she will learn a lot. I've learned a lot. I've had to put my big girl pants on it and do work out here with these gals that's not the same as handling a dog or a cat or a bunny in your past or whatever. This is a whole different skill set. And as long as you're willing to learn and you have an open mind and your heart is in the right place, you gotta be ready to jump in here. I've had a couple sick gals that I've had to be out here nursing. I've had to come out here and do horrible cleanups and disinfecting from top to bottom and, just be aware of the things that you have to do. And that's okay. I don't want to say it's all doom and gloom because they're awesome. They're my favorite thing in the day. Aside from my daughter and my family, these guys are such a joy. Like, I come out here just to get my zen back. I'm like, oh, I gotta go see the chickens. I'm stressed. So I come out here and I watch them and, they're a benefit to my life. That's for sure. A huge source of protein if, society, our food crisis really is going to happen. We have a source of protein that I don't have to grow beans, especially in the winter when you can't grow anything here, unless you have a greenhouse, which I do, but I don't think I'd be able to grow beans. That's it. I just thought I'd share this morning with you the joys of chicken mommyhood. That's one of my gals. Hello. I waited so long. I raised these gals from baby chicks, from day olds. And so now we're down the line, oh gosh, 8 months, I think, 7 or 8 months now. And they're all laying. And it's so much fun. Yesterday I came out here, and even though it's getting cold, I see a drop in their egg production a little bit. I'm sure it'll drop throughout the winter. But I came out here and they had 6 eggs sitting there for me. I was like, oh, because I come out here so much, I want to make sure I know who's laying and what they're laying. I'm trying to get an idea of the laying rates, right, of these birds. And sometimes I have to go do stuff and I don't have the chance to do that. So when I came out yesterday, there wasn't just 1 egg, there was 6 eggs. I was like, oh, look at my girls, all different colors. It's a joy. And then I bring them in the house and I cook them, and I know that what I'm feeding my family is for sure organic, for sure much healthier than what we're getting at the store. And I can trust the process because I did the process. I've seen this through from the very beginning. And it's exciting. It's rewarding. It's work, but it's rewarding. And chickens are something I didn't know I was missing in my life. And now I've got these gals that just are such a joy. They make the day bright. They're fun to watch. They're hilarious to watch. They're mischievous. They're all the things that you look for in a pet, you know? All the funny things that they do. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. I don't want to keep rambling talking about my chickens. I could, but I'm not gonna, I won't keep you. Plus it's raining and I got to get things done before it pours down even harder. I was hoping to get these gals out here for a little while before it really started. Now I got to wrangle them up because I have a couple that aren't that smart to come in, so I got to get them in. I don't want anyone getting sick or cold or anything like that. But again, we have a huge run for them so they can come out protected. This is all covered up so that we don't have the predator situation. And they've got, you know, I close this door and keep their little door open if it's too much of a storm. I have good ventilation of a big window that opens. Again, there's hardwire cloth on that, on the outside. So everything's very protected. I have a screen door I can open. But they get bored. When it's raining and storming and they all have to come in, they get bored and they bug each other. And so what I did today was I got them a squash yesterday. You'll see sometimes at your grocery stores, you'll have clearance section of vegetables that are like kind of seconds or are ready to get going. So I picked up a spaghetti squash yesterday, and I just cut that open for them. They've been eating that in the coop, trying to give them a little something to play with to distract them. It's boring. It's for like kids. They get bored, right? They need to be active. They are funny gals. They don't stop moving all day. So they got to have things to do. Anyway, that being said, let me get my chores done. Fill up my feed containers. Hi, girl. Excuse me. Thank you, ma'am. And yeah, deceptively heavy. Look at this. Ugh. That thing is way heavier than dog food. And what I figured was that, I don't know where you live, but if you live here in Canada and we recycle the way we do, those organic spins, the big green ones with the lid that snaps, fits 1 bag of feed perfectly, and a scoop. So I put them in there to protect them. So here's our green bin, like that, and the lid that goes on. And I can store 1 bag, full bag of feed or scratch or corn or whatever I want to feed them. So right now I'm changing up their feed a bit too. Now that they're laying, they have a grower finisher that I think this is my last bag I'm going to give them of that. And then they go on to like a mega layer or something pellet. That's not the only thing they eat. I supplement them all day with food scraps, as well as things from the garden. I have to go. My dogs are barking. I don't want them waking up my baby. But I supplement them. But now that it's getting cooler weather, I'm going to give them things that take longer to digest. So I'm giving them more scratch and some corn and things like that their body has to work harder. In that it works harder, it keeps them warmer. So their body is actually producing more heat. And I'm getting them ready for our cold weather ahead. So I'm preparing ahead of time, getting them started on that scratch and getting them interested in it and liking it. And I'm increasing that a little bit more and more. And I think that that's going to benefit them. Not only that, it's important to have a varied diet, even as a person. So just feeding them pellets, I mean, that maintains them and it gives them the nutrition that they need. But I don't think it's optimal. I feed them extra seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, all kinds of things. Pumpkin seeds. I give them fresh vegetables. I give them squash. I give them pumpkins. I give them tons of greens. I give them all my weeds. Make sure that they're edible for them and they're not toxic. They love my grape leaves. I have tons of grapevines, so that's great because I'm hauling those out right now. The amaranth, I had amaranth out here, a sea of it, if you remember, these tall 10, 12 foot plants now. I bring a couple of these in a day and just let them strip it. So they eat the grains off the seed heads, and then all the leaves are gone. They just strip it. And that's free 99. I never have to plant that. It comes up in my garden. It's amazing. It's a great food source for us as well. I think amaranth is the best permaculture plant that you could possibly plant. It's the easiest and the most prolific and provides 2 different foods, greens and grains. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, and the girls like it, so I can just rip them out as I go and clear the garden for fall. And they have a huge food source that was free 99. I like free 99. Anyways, let me leave these gals. I see they're trying to lay. They're getting in their boxes. And I haven't done a video in a while. I've been so busy with fall cleanup and fall chores and trying to get things ready for winter and strategizing and, of course, taking care of the household and family. So I'm back. I'll be trying to give you videos more often. And I hope that you guys are safe and happy and warm. And, you know, I hope that you guys are all making it in a great way. Oh, heavens to Betsy. You too. Anyway, be a champion on your homestead or in your kitchen, wherever you are. Talk to you soon. Bye.